Fight week for LFA 62. Right now joined by one half of the main event. He's had an opponent change here. Vincent Cachero, though, you're still fighting for a title. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. I'm excited. Unfortunate what happened to the champ, Miles Johns. He hurt his hand recently, but I'm excited to go out there and do my thing against someone else who's a champ as well, Casey Kenney. It's going to be a fun fight.
Is it just a relief to still have an opponent?
Yeah, just a relief. But actually, I'm even more excited for this fight, too, because Casey likes to walk forward. He likes to throw heat, and I like to do the same thing. So it's going to be an even more fight for me. So.
How much did this change in opponent impact your training and your preparation for the 22nd?
To be honest, not much. The only thing that's really that much different is that he's a southpaw. So luckily I have my boy Terry on Flashware. He's one of my main training partners, and he's actually a really good southpaw as well. So he's been going southpaw for me. We've been working on a couple little changes here and there, just tweaks in footwork, tweaks in movement. But other than that, the preparation's been the same. I'm ready to go hard 25 minutes if it needs to go that long, and I'm just staying focused, staying ready.
Does it make a difference now, before you went from it was a title fight to an interim title fight? Does that interim make any difference to you?
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, it's unfortunate. People are going to be like, oh, well, you're not the real champ and all that stuff. And that doesn't matter to me. I'm out here trying to fight the best guys so I can show Sean Shelby, show Dana White that I'm ready to fight in the UFC and not just fight there, not just get there, but do extremely well right away. And fighting a guy like Casey Kenney, someone who's been on the Contender Series twice, someone who's a top high-level talent at 125, I think he's a UFC-level talent for sure. It's just going to add a lot more stock to my name.
Is Casey almost a bigger name to add to your resume?
I think so. I mean, he's, like I said, he's fought twice in front of Dana and Sean, and they like him. They like the style that he fights. I like the style he fights, too. Like I said before, it's going to be a fun one. So I think that he's a bigger name for me. He's got more experience. He's been around the game for longer, and I think it's going to be a great fight for me.
I did talk to him, and part of that he mentioned was the experience. He has twice as many fights as you, and he feels his last 7 fights have been against UFC caliber competition. How can you nullify that on-paper advantage that he has twice as many professional fights as you do?
Oh, man, the guys I'm preparing with at my gyms and stuff, that it doesn't make a difference. I've been fighting tough guys as well. Maybe not as many guys as he has. I don't have as many fights and stuff. But ever since I started, my professional career, I've always tried to fight the best guys that I can. I fought 4 times in the LFA. And like I said before, everyone I'm training with, especially out there at Black House, you have a lot of names. You have a lot of guys in the UFC. I know the level of the guys that I'm training with, the guys that I'm sparring with. So I know exactly where I'm at, and I'm happy. If he thinks that I'm going to go in there and be an inexperienced fighter, I hope he thinks that's going to happen. But it's not going to be the case. I'm going to be composed, and we're going to battle. We're going to throw down, but I'm going to be composed, and I'm going to show that I have the skill of a veteran fighter.
What did you learn from that last fight? Took on another guy with a good amount of fights, more than you. Also, that was his 12th fight for Joe Murphy, and you went through a tough 3 rounds and came out with the decision win. What did you learn back at LFA 54?
It was a good learning experience. Obviously going with a tough guy like Joe, he's been around the block. He's never been put out. He's got a lot of high-level guys himself. So, I learned some things about how to control the ring. It's a little bit different, me fighting someone who's kind of backing up more. That was the first time I fought someone who was, strictly trying to just counterpunch me. So I had to make some adjustments, and I made some changes in the ring, and to help me get the win. But we made some changes after that fight, too. Practicing with my coaches, especially with Adam Lerner. And I know that next time I face a counterpunch like that, I'll know exactly what to do.
Without telling us about the game plan, come Friday night, where do you think you're going to showcase some of your biggest areas of improvement in the cage?
Oh, man, just rhythm control, and to be honest, I feel like this is just going to be a firefight. Like, the way he fights, he walks forward. The way I fight, I walk forward. You guys are going to see us both throw down, and you're going to see who's the more skilled fighter for sure.
In the last 4 months, what else has been going on with Vincent Cachero? There's a lot of guys that are full focused on fighting, and not saying that you're not fully focused, but you have some other endeavors and other things that you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at this level, we still got to work jobs to pay the bills. And I'm a professional photographer and videographer there at Black House, so we're getting a bunch of work in there. And also, I'm engaged, so I'm getting married actually a month after the fight. So we've been doing some wedding planning and things like that. So it's been a fun few months, but like you said, fighting comes first for me. That's priority number one over everything else, and I've kept it that way.
Well, touching base on the the artistic side, is there any projects, any photos or videos that you've put up recently that you'd strongly want to encourage people that they should check out?
Yeah, man. Actually, I put out stuff for Black House anyway, social media all the time. Most of the work there is mine. You can see one of my teammates, Vanessa. She's fighting on the same card as me. I just made a little video edit for her. And I also collaborated with my good friend there at Fight Tip, Shane Faison, and we created my own highlight reel. My first highlight reel I edited. We shot it with a couple friends, and you guys can find out the link in my Instagram. But that's going to get you hyped for the fight.
And you'd also mentioned the upcoming marriage. So just in general, I know it's a focused time, hard on the fight, but is it also an exciting time with the championship professional opportunity? Like you said, the marriage. Is it also an exciting time?
Oh, yeah, of course. I'm really excited. I'm really happy. And thanks to my fiance and her family and my parents. They've helped out a bunch with all the planning and things like that. So I've been blessed to kind of just focus on fighting while they did a bunch of the work. So thank you to you guys. But yeah, man, I'm really excited. We're going to keep this train rolling, keep the wins up, win this belt, get married, and we'll see what happens after that.
As I mentioned, I'm talking to both sides of this main event. So I talked to Casey earlier, and he said he kind of feels like he's in a position where there's more pressure on you, Vincent, where he comes in short notice, up a weight class, that there's more pressure on you in this situation because you were the number one contender and you're unbeaten. How do you kind of react to that?
Oh, man, pressure is a privilege. I heard that from Tim Grover, who's his basketball coach, but yeah, pressure is a privilege. So I ease up. I love the pressure. I love the pressure of trying to be, or staying undefeated. I love the pressure of coming into fights where everyone's looking at me to do the big thing, to make sure that I win. And I've thrived on that. So I'm excited. I don't care what he says or what he thinks about pressure. Like, I love it. Give me more pressure.
Could you touch on some keys for this fight? Because you said you're both going to be coming forward. So I'm guessing who can hit more and get hit less is going to be a big key. But do you have some little more technical advice, some factors that you can share with us?
I don't know how much I can share with you, but yeah, I mean, we're both aggressive. We both like to swing. And I'm not, even though he's coming out from 25, I'm not thinking that he's going to be a smaller fighter or anything like that. He's, my height. I'm sure they're going to walk in the same size that night. And, we're just going to see who's more skilled. We're going to see who's more skilled standing up. And if it turns into grappling, it turns to a full MMA fight, which, we probably will get some opportunities there, especially if I start hitting him. I expect he's going to start shooting, so we'll see if that happens. But it's just going to be fun. Like I said before, I'm just extremely excited for this fight because he's an aggressive fighter, and so am I. It's just a fighter's dream, for me at least.
Casey's coming off of a 5-round interim title fight for the flyweight title. As you said, he is the champion of that division. Did you spend much time looking back at the video? He's had a good deal of experience like yourself inside of the LFA cage. Did you go back with this abbreviated camp for him and check out video?
Yeah, we watched a little bit of video. I watched some of the stuff in the Contender Series. I watched his last title fight and a few fights. But really my coach is Adam Leonard. He really obsesses over watching video and picking apart tendencies, things like that. So he went in there and we came up with a nice game plan for this fight based on a lot of his research. I don't like to watch, overwatch video because then I'm just thinking too much about what he's going to do. And my whole game is always pulling people into what I'm going to do. So I let my coaches do the obsessing, and yeah.
And you worry about the in-gym?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm worried about what I'm doing on the daily and just making sure everything's on point, though.
It's a big night. It's a big fight coming up. It's LFA 62, Vincent Cachero. Vincent, can you tell everybody how they can keep up with you on social media?
Yeah, you guys can find me at Vince Dianomly on, the major ones. I'm most active on Instagram. And my website, Vince Dianomly, as well.
Do you got people that you got to thank and shout out to?
Yeah, man. I got to thank everyone there at Fight Tips, one of the biggest MMA YouTube channels in the world. Check that out. And I also got to thank all my sponsors, the Boiling Crab Boy, my family's restaurant. We got Lucha Gear, Punch Gunk, Born Tough, All Time Arts, and of course my gyms, my coach Adam Lerner, who I mentioned before, A4 Boxing, Ian Harris at Fight Science MMA, and then I got Kevin Casey and some help from Kenny Johnson there at Black House MMA too. So it's the perfect storm of people supporting me, and much love to you guys, and much mahalo to everyone out there in Hawaii supporting.
Vince, great talking to you again. Thank you for the time on this Sunday.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it.